We're going to start off with the TATCHA Silk Canva Primer. With this primer, you'll be able to help the foundation and everything else that you're going to do to your makeup to grip to your skin. You're going to gently apply a small amount and press it into the skin like I'm doing. To introduce this nice summer heat, we're going to go ahead and use the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. Just applying a small amount to the skin to help assist with the foundation to last in this humidity. For all my girls with oily skin, please use Mercier setting powder. I'm using the shade Honey to help with setting in the primers that I applied to my skin. I'm just using an old buffer brush. Is it a buffer brush or a powder brush? From Sonia Kajan. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But we're going to go ahead and use the Charolette Tilbury Vanishing Cream in the shade Deep. And I use this under my eyes, around my mouth, and any dark blemishes that I do have so it doesn't appear on my makeup. We're going to go ahead with the TATCHA Bronzer Duo. The top part is a cream, so we're going to use that cream to define our face. And I'm using the MORPHE M44 brush. M444 brush. I don't know why I missed the number 4. But I'm going ahead to chisel it all over my face. So I wasn't feeling it that much, so I went ahead with my handy dandy Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Tan, or is it Rich? It's one of them, okay? So I went in just to deepen it just a little bit. It has more coverage, so I like it, so I don't have to go back and reapply so much bronzer once I'm done with my foundation. We're going to go ahead with our Mcgrath Concealer in the shade 32. I'm applying it over all the areas that I put the Vanishing cream on just to start creating a base for my foundation. So make sure you apply it under your eyes, around your mouth. If you have any dark spots, you could go ahead and apply it on those dark spots, but I didn't do that. I just put it under my eye just so I could have extra coverage. And go ahead and get your SISTorials chocolate drop, honey. Okay, so I wet the chocolate drop. I'm using the Precise Complexion chocolate drop, which you can find on our website, which is www.sisandco.com. So you guys would not regret this purchase. I love it. This has been a great staple into my makeup routine, and y'all, honey, she does not eat up your foundation. She does not eat up your concealer. So honey, just get into it. And now I am using the Dior Forever Matte Foundation in the shade AN. My sister had got like a sample offer and she accidentally got my shade. And y'all, I am tempted to purchase this foundation. When I say she is skin, she is skin and she does not move. Oh my god, oh my god. Y'all, I'm on Dior right now. I'm purchasing it so I can show y'all a video ASAP, okay? I'm going in with my Mcgrath Concealer in the shade 31 just to go ahead and bring back the highlights underneath my eye. Prior, remember I used the shade 32 just to help set in my foundation. Well, set in the Vanishing cream, but now I'm using the shade 31 just to bring a little bit of brightness under my eyes and in the highlighted portions of my face. I like to use these two shades to build up. Guys, you don't have to look like a chalk or look like Casper the Ghost, okay? And then we're gonna go back with our SISTorials Beauty Sponge to go ahead and smash that bad boy in, okay? So go ahead and make sure you're blending it. Take your time. Take your time. I just have the video sped up, but the key to having natural looking makeup is taking your time. going in with the Pat McGrath Concealer, shade 29. Guys, I know I use 3 concealers, don't get at me. But I'm using a small amount just to bring a little bit of brightness. I like to use the deep shades just to help me brighten up with my skin tone. So if you guys have any suggestions, sometimes I go to 22, that's bright. But I like to use 29 to help staple that in. Now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M449 detailed powder brush. I like it just to help with putting back like any bronzers, like to deepen and chisel my face. I'm gonna go back with the Patrick Ta brand, and I'm using their brow wax to help with my eyebrows. I went ahead off screen and I sprayed a little bit of my Morphe, I forgot, y'all, I having a burn freeze. Oh yeah, it's the Morphe Finish, the setting spray. So I sprayed a little bit on there because you're supposed to use like water setting spray. I'm using setting spray because I barely have any eyebrows. But I'm going ahead with a spoolie, motioning my eyebrow hairs upward and using the little arch that I got left to go ahead and fill up my eyebrows. And since I wasn't too satisfied with the outcome, I went ahead with my Anastasia Brow Pen in the shade Chocolate to create some more like definition and more hair-like strokes on my brows. And y'all is gonna see why I did that, because baby, it look like she got brows and it's actually growing out her, well, I was gonna say scalp, it's actually your brow face. Is it your brow face or your brows? Y'all, it just look like I got some brows, okay? Now I'm going back with the Pat McGrath Concealer in the shade 32. I chose the shade 32 because I do not like my eyebrows looking highlighted. So it's closest to my foundation shade, which is 8N from Dior. But I used the shade 34 from Pat McGrath, so it's the closest one to my skin. And I prefer this because it brings a little bit of lightness. It looks like my eyebrows were just waxed. So we're gonna go ahead and use our beauty sponge from Sis & Co Beauty. We're gonna go ahead and gently blend, blend, blend. Take your time, do not rush, do not swipe. You're supposed to press the sponge into your skin, just like how I'm doing right now. And don't worry, if you were to mess up any areas, we're gonna go back with our Anastasia Brow Pen to just clean up any spots that we missed or messed up during the process of blending. This is the part where you make sure that you check every area of your brows that it looks great in any lighting, because this is when everything sets the deal, okay? We're gonna go back with the Mercier setting powder in the shade Honey. I don't bake as often, but I just press as much powder in and blend it underneath my eye. And I'm gonna bake in the center of my nose because that's where I get really oily, and then my forehead. And we're gonna go ahead and chisel out areas like underneath my cheekbone, just so I could look, because you see that double chin she appearing. We working on it, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Going back with the Patrick Ta bronzer duo, we're using the powdered side of the bronzer to go ahead and press in. We're sealing the deal, y'all. We finished using all creams, all liquids, and now we're just sealing the deal. And this is what's gonna make your makeup pop. And going ahead with the shade Perfect Blend from Beauty Bakery, we're using the bronzer just to define and chisel everything in. Using my Morphe M449 brush, I like it because it's small enough to go ahead and press in small details. I'm gonna go ahead and pinch the brush tip so I can make sure I get it into the centers of the bridges of my, is it the bridge of your nose? But to define my nose, y'all, define my nose. Yes, to define the bridges of my nose. But I'm gonna go ahead and use it, and it's okay if any of the powder comes off. You'll be just fine. And I'm gonna go ahead with the Morphe E27 blender brush, and I like to do this to start my eye look. And no, you're not going to watch the eye look here. You're going to go ahead and press on the next video because the eye is a whole nother look. Y'all, I never know what I'm doing, so I just go with the flow of things. But for now, we're going to cut the crease, baby, with this natural bronzer. And honey, be prepared. Be prepared. Okay? So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like any of these products, like the Sis & Co. makeup sponge, you could go ahead and purchase it from sisandco.com. Y'all, do y'all like it or not?